email ku sales@vukanifm.org.
Chuma Mdeuka, bafunde sikhule sakuhlala sikhulise ngolwazi Chuma Mdeuka on usivile anfukani
Right, mizuzu masiyenzi May 14 ngoku ibethele intsimbi yaka 10 o'clock usandungena masikubulise wethu sikwamkele nkosi kakhulu ngokukhetha thina. I'm giving you the mid-morning radio ngoku ke sincokola no-Olwethu Salayi. Namhlanje ke sicokola phantsi kwesihloko esithi ke raising autism awareness. Ma'am, good morning and thank you so much for joining us.
Hi, bhuti kunjani?
Siyaphila nkosi yakhonde.
Nam ndiyaphila kwelami icala sifunyenwe imvula qha e-East London ayini sana iyana.
Nalapha kuyanetha ke ndikuxelele. In fact, but ke bekunetha weekend yonke bethunana. And ke ngathi kuzawubanda yonke le veki wena Olwethu. So masibe ready maqabane.
Masibe ready because ke ngu-90% rain and uyavakala.
Okay. Olwethu senze awareness about autism namhlanje. Ngiyafuna ke mhlawumbi sizame ukuyicacisa nje quickly or briefly for umphulaphuli who does not understand xa kusithiwa sithetha ngento ekuthiwa yi-autism aqonde ubana what is that? Yintoni i-autism?
Autism abanye abantu bazawuthi it's a syndrome that affects umntana. Usually uqala uyibona at early stages of 12 months. Umntana xa 12 months, but fully developed autism uyibona 100% xa umntana ene-3 years by autism. So ine-signs ezangazo awuvele uthi hayi umntana autistic. It has different signs whereby umntana akakwazi ucommunicate nabanye abantwana, mostly concentrate on toys, non-verbalent, and uthanda uhlala yedwa, uthanda udlala ngezandla, uyazibethekisa edongeni. Sometimes concentration yakhe stays in one thing for more than 2 hours or an hour. So uyiqala uyibone kwezo stages autism. It's actually a syndrome that affects kids. Nabantu abadala ke it affects them.
Iyakwazi uku-affecta naxa somdala.
Abanye abantu they grow without noticing babane autism until they get to a stage uve mhlambi kusithiwa hayi une-ADD, hayi une-HDS, hayi une-CDD, then you would be surprised by hayibo zintoni ezo. Abanye kuthiwa hayi ufunyenwe yi-depression wethu ne-anxiety, but you later find out as an adult uba no man u-autistic lo mntu. Okanye kuthiwa hayi man usislow learner esikolweni akapasi, kubone laa nto uhlale kwi-standard esiyi-1 for 3 years. Kusithiwa akapasi only to find out no u-autistic lo mntu. Waye-autistic from a younger age, not that waye-dom or something, no, waye just autistic. They needed to be sent to a different school.
Yes, kukhona i-misconceptions about i-autism wena Olwethu. Ndiyafuna ke wethu sikhe sizame ukuzibalula ubana zeziphi i-misconceptions about i-autism?
Zezoba these people are non-functional. Misconceptions zezinto ba abantu they can't go to varsity. Zezoba these people need to be treated different. Those are very far misconceptions and they are very wrong behaviors. I usually call them gimnagi behaviors. These people, they fit well in society as much as they're different from society, but they fit well with society and they can do 80% of what also as human beings we can do. But autism is stages. So it depends about autistic at what stage. And autism yake ihamba nesiphi stage.
Let's talk about, you've just mentioned into that is very much interesting. Yobana abantu aba-autistic bangenza 80% of umsebenzi endinokuwenza, meaning that if they can do 80%, there is no difference up. You understand with into endinoyenza nam. So let's talk about resources and services for abantu aba-autistic okanye abantwana aba-autistic. Zeziphi mhlawumbi, because when I why I'm asking this question, kukho umzali omameleyo at this particular moment onomntana o-autistic, I understand, but akayazi into yobana makathini from kule ndawo esikuyo, because we cannot run away with into yobana ekhuleni kwethu sikhule singayi-understand into ye-autism. If unomntana njengoba usowutshilo into yobana unomntana osislow learner, kuzawuthiwa hey hayi akapasi udoba ubani, not knowing into yobana lo mntu ungumntu o-autistic, and then i-escalate kuba ubusisho into yobana kukho izi-stages ezikhoyo. What are the services ezi-available for abantu abane-autism here in South Africa, more especially in Eastern Cape?
Okay, we do have centers that cater for autistic kids. They offer education and skill, but in most of the centers, they offer skill to these kids. We do have autism schools in Eastern Cape, as in different towns. You'll find one in PE, you'll find one in East London. There's one in Port St. John's that caters from Itranskei. There's one in Umtata. But now there used to be schools that are normal schools, like Naspina Umdana also. They will have classes as a disability where they will include abantwana autistic, but most of those schools is avala as classes are regainer as normal schools, because autism inezikolo zayo that specifically deal with abantwana autistics. Then we do have universities that accept abantwana autistic. Like you'd get your UCT, your VERTS, your UJ that accept autistic to study their education further in a university level. And then we do have boarding houses for abantu autistic that went to ezizikolo sithetha ngazo skill development, and then bangaqhubeki ne-education yabo after grade 12 or after grade 10, and then bahambe baye kwi-boarding houses. Those boarding houses ke ngoku zibanike accredited certificates that they can continue with life and get jobs.
Olwethu, enkosi kakhulu. This is so very much insightful. And let's focus now on vision. I remember us having a conversation about this over the weekend. Into yobana ungumntu apha ufuna ukuvula i-creche for abantwana abane-autism. Take us through to that.
Now I'm currently on the run to open up a daycare. Reason for daycare is because there's less daycares that cater for abantwana autistic nabantwana dyslexia. I would like to accommodate both because they're almost similar. The daycare will be running from East London, obviously, and we'll take it in PE as well, because sifuna uqala kwezo town. Then if ihamba kakuhle, then we can take it to a Transkei, because abantwana abakhulela kwi-villages aba-autistic, they don't get the same opportunities in abantwana abakhulela kwi-urban areas.
Obvious, ungumntu ozawukwenza i-creche for abantwana abane-autism, it's going to be different from the traditional childcare setting esiyiqhelileyo thina. So ndiyafuna mhlambi there is someone osendlini naye ngoku ofuna one-idea efanayo with le yakho ne, and uyabawela into yobana naye makavule i-daycare okanye i-creche or whatever ezawuaccommodator only abantwana aba-autistic. So zeziphi izinto ozakuthi make sure ngayo into yobana it accommodates aba bantwana and iyazifulfilla ii-needs zabo 100%.
Number one, you need staff that have studied a special skill, meaning that classical special skill, umntu obheke wayekwenza ke course yakwa-daycare, but still I further reaching into I study about all disabilities. And then you principal wesikolo funeka abe ngumuntu on a teacher's degree that specifically with special skill development and special classes. And then you will need an occupational therapist. Occupational therapist, it comes and diagnoses abantwana about autistic in different levels, and it will give omisi indlela yokwazi ukuthi lona autistic at what level, and how do you treat this one, and how do you function with this certain child. And then you will need a speech therapist, because some children about autistic bane problem is speech. You will need a speech therapist that will come once or twice a week. And then from there, you need to have as much toys and resources and equipment available to challenge them, because abantwana autistic, they normally focus on one project for a certain time. They move to another one, meaning that you're going to have to be creative from izinto ezifana agriculture, skill development, handwork, and then toys that challenge them, and then laptops as well, because the children was that autism does not function at the same level as the stages. So there are those that are capable of handling e-laptops. And then you get old computers, you allow them as establish a back.
You mentioned something about starting a business as umntu autistic and the challenges abathi bafacane nazo. Kasibase.
You know, autistic people, they are regarded in businesses, but in reality, they are capable of having a business. But those businesses, they depend on ZZP. They can either be abantu focus on teaching kids maths, babene skill centers where they teach maths, or where they teach science, or where they teach people computer, because they are good at concentration. As I said, concentration is at a very high level in their consistency. So they can have that, or they can have a business that runs with a skill development, like your agriculture business, focusing on farming, focusing on mechanism, and social science businesses. So bayarana. And those people, they have more funding that is untapped than a normal business person ofananam now.
Olwethu, unfortunately, this is very much interesting, but are there any final thoughts or messages you would like to share with our listeners before we close?
Let's treat people with autism as normal as possible. Let's give them love, and let's be there for each and everyone. To show love every time it's Autism Month, let's be dressed in blue. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Olwethu. Siyabuyela kakhulu beneminiment.
Ngosiput.
That was Olwethu Salayi. Namhlanje ke besenze awareness autism. Utshilo ke mhlawumbi ke wena ke ungena sesigqibezela with our interview. We can always access the interviews zethu on our Facebook, Vukani Community Radio, as well as TikTok and YouTube. Masivele. Go shop.